Will Riley is one of the top ranked recruits in the class of 2025. This is a do-it-all wing, 6'9" scorer, really fun player. We've talked about him a couple of times recently on this program as his recruitment heats up. He had offers from everywhere. He has offers from everywhere, and it's a lot of the best schools in the country. He was also considering playing professional in the NBL. I always signaled that, like, hey, that's a little ominous. You never know what to expect with guys. Kind of feels like they randomly end up somewhere. Well, he's got 3 visits this week, 3 official visits lined up back to back to back. This would seem to indicate maybe he's getting closer to making a decision. And it's 3 big time programs. He's at Illinois today on Monday, June 3rd. He's going to Kentucky tomorrow on Tuesday. He's going to Alabama on Thursday. So quick stop in Champaign, then the SEC trips after that. That's per Travis Branham, by the way. Shout out to 24/7's Travis Branham, who is covering the reporting on this. This is, I think, the first time we've seriously considered Will Riley to Illinois. We've talked about him a bunch as a player. I know Kentucky's been a part of those conversations in the past, but this is a pretty significant push from Brad Underwood to get Will Riley on campus right now. Let's just do a quick pulse check, Cart. Given the fact that he's going to Illinois, Kentucky, and Alabama this week, what does all of that mean to you with Will Riley?
Sorry, I was doing a quick check on the weather in Champaign. It's fantastic today. High of 85, sunny, low of 60. I mean, what a perfect day to get Mr. Riley on campus. Hope he's having himself a good old time. This is very, very intriguing and interesting to me because I mean, we talked at length about Will Riley and his game and kind of how he has that wing creation score to his game. He's had some massive games on the EYBL circuit as of late, and he's been extremely impressive, and the biggest schools have been going after him. There's also been some chatter of a reclass possibly happening as well with him. So, that is also in the cards and in play for Illinois. And to be honest with you, Will Riley's game, I think, would fit perfectly at Illinois. I think you could play him at the 3 spot. I think you have that creation. I think you have, the booty ball wing dog that you want to get. I think they could get in Will Riley, and I could see him being a contributor even as a reclass from day one if he was to choose Illinois. So I think it's massive that they are getting him for a visit. And, if Will Riley is looking at recent success of like the wing position at Illinois, I think that'd be very intriguing to him to see what guys like Terrence Shannon and Marcus Damask were able to do last season.
Yeah, I kind of, throughout the portal cycle in April and May, I was kind of like, why aren't stud wings more in on Illinois? Like after they missed on Store and after it seemed like they courted David Jones, but never got him to enter the portal. That was my big question is like, why don't these score first wings want to go take the Terrence Shannon role immediately? And they ended up getting Kasparis from overseas. This was not meant as disrespect to Trey White or Rickhouse. Like, all of those guys will be prolific, good offensive players in the system. I get it. But like none of those guys are like bona fide top wings in the portal type players. Will Riley is a bona fide top wing in his recruiting class. Like this is a blue chip guy. And I don't think Illinois landed any blue chip transfers this cycle, and that's okay. Like you don't need to land blue chip transfers to win college basketball games. But I do think you want to see your program either do it in the transfer portal or do it on the recruiting trail. Right now, Brad's crushing the recruiting trail. Like Marez Johnson, Jeremiah Fears are awesome. And if you added Will Riley into that window in a 2-year span, we're talking about the best high school recruiter in the Big Ten at that point. And look, I know I've been critical of Illinois. I know Illinois fans have been very aware of how critical I've been of Illinois in recent weeks with certain players, with certain decisions, with the way they spent their money or did not spend certain funds that were available to them. Let me make it extremely clear. Will Riley is incredible. And if Illinois gets Will Riley in any class, that's massive. And if Illinois gets Will Riley to reclass for this season, that's an all-time coach recruiting move here. Like, this would be their biggest ad of the offseason to me, with all due respect to Kylan Boswell and KJ, who I think are great, Rickhouse, who I think is going to be really good. I think this kid would be the best player on the team. rather quickly. And I think he would thrive, and it would be a great fit for him because he could come in and do that.
Me, you and I, we both love Rutgers freshman class, right? Like Dylan Harper, Ace Bailey. If Illinois was to get Will Riley, there would need to be conversations to be had on actually who has the best high school recruiting class in the Big Ten. Because you got Kasparis in there, you got Will Riley and Merez. That's a hell of a 3-man class.
Insane class, truly
Insane.
insane class. This is also, it's not just like, wow, cool that they're in this recruitment, good decision here, like good attempt, right? It's also a Orlando Antigua flex moment right now. That's what's going on here because Will Riley did not have Illinois on his final list. Like Will Riley had been public that his final list was Arkansas, Alabama, Arizona, Kentucky, and the NBL. That was it. Those are his schools. Those are his options. And Orlando Antigua swooped in and said, "Not so fast, little boy. Like, I'm right here. I'm the guy, and I can get this kid to Champaign. Let's get him to Legends. Is this the fishbowl night at Legends? What can we do for William?"
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what Cam's has on Monday night, but I'm sure there's got to be something going on down Green Street. Also, not just a flex to Antigua, just like to the country and letting them know. Also a flex to Chester Frazier, because while Antigua's getting Will Riley on campus, we're getting Chester Frazier's tweets talking about, yeah, Frazier Crew's heading down to Morgantown, Champaign, much love, always an alumni, this, that, and the third. Look forward to more winning at WVU. Yeah, go ahead and enjoy Morgantown and Old Town Roads, my friend. We're getting Will Riley in the cut now.
Yeah, it's very impressive. This is why you bring in Orlando Antigua, and he's already paying off big time. Now he's going to Kentucky, he's going to Alabama, he's going to those after he goes to Illinois. Do you always want the last visit? Are you one of those people that believes that it's important to have the last visit make the last impression?
See, so everyone always tells me last visit's important, and I understand that, but when you get the last visit, for some reason, to me, it's always in the back of my head that you got to worry about him going to another school and seeing another school and being like, what's the point about seeing Michigan State? Because I think there's a certain, and maybe that's more so to do with what schools he's visiting. So, like, to go back to the Frankie Fiddler thing with Michigan State, I wasn't necessarily concerned because, like, he was visiting Wisconsin. Like, I knew we could at least.
That's so disrespectful to Madison, man. They could be on the ice.
Yeah, Madison, it was during the warmth.
Okay.
No ice. Madison without ice, not as special as we think, even though I love Madison. But as Illinois, I don't want him to go to Kentucky and Bama first, especially Bama with all they got going on right now. Someone
Yeah.
needs to humble Bama. They need to relax. So you need to lock in Riley on Green Street and let's operate. Let's
I
make
don't
it
think
work.
Nate Oates does humble, for the record. I don't think that's a thing.
Nate Oates is a madman right now, and I
Yeah.
don't think anyone's stopping him.
Yeah, he's been terrifying for a long time for a lot of reasons. Alabama won the state of the program exercise we did. They're the healthiest program in college basketball, even ahead of Kansas, according to Riley Davis and Brian Ralph, who did that one without us and somehow gave Alabama 94 out of 100. I'd love to actually dive into that a little bit, but
Damn.
yeah, so that's like right now they're the big dog on the block. Does Illinois have a better chance than Kentucky though? Mark Pope, Kentucky without Orlando Antigua versus Brad Underwood in Orlando Antigua, who has a better chance at landing Will Riley? I'll answer it for you if you
Go ahead.
want me to.
Yeah, please.
Well, I'm just surprised you're hesitating. Go ahead.
Well, okay. Caveat here. Is it reclass or for next season?
Either one. I don't care. I think it's the same.
Oh, no. If it's reclass, I think it's Illinois. If it's next season, I might lean Kentucky.
Why?
Just because I think there is some truth to the same thing with Illinois and their offense. I think that Will Riley could be a guy that could thrive in Mark Pope's offense.
It's a great offense. What was
it's also Kentucky. Like they do have that Canadian pipeline, but that also might have came from Antigua. I don't know. Or Coach Cal. I don't know.
It's a great offense. You said whose offense was it?
Mark Pope.
That's the problem there. Well, you said it at the beginning when he first got hired. When he walks into a room, what does the recruit feel?
What coaches and what schools did I say that against? I love Brad Underwood. And he wasn't one of the coaches I was talking about when I was talking about that.
I think you should. I think you should, because right now Brad Underwood's killing the high school recruiting trail. Like I think if Brad Underwood and Mark Pope walk into a room, into a living room at the same time, somebody messed up the logistics. Tyler Underwood booked the wrong flight. Okay. They're in Will Riley's living room with Will Riley's mom on a Thursday. Brad and Mark. Brad's walking out with Will Riley.
Yeah, probably.
I strongly feel that.
Yeah. I think it's good. Good hunch by you.
Now, Nate Oates, though, that's the problem here.
It's those two in there. They're all exchanging pleasantries, and then there comes Nate Oates. And then in comes Nate Oates.
And Nate just pulls up in a Lamborghini, like right as Brad's walking out. Where does he end up? Make your prediction.
I think I let you influence me. For some reason, I think he ends up playing for the Perth Wildcats. Like that, like I honestly, I might go to DH Gate right now and just go ahead and customize a Will Riley Perth jersey and just assume he's going to be number 7.
Yeah, that is the elephant in the room. I think anytime a kid lists NBL as an option, they're serious about it. And if I was assigning percentages here, I think it's 33% chance Perth or NBL. I think it's 33% chance Alabama. I think it's 20% Illinois, and I think it's 14% Kentucky. It's a great mental math by me.
Yeah, it is. Good by you.
Thank you. Good luck to all the schools recruiting Will Riley. Good luck to Will Riley on your decision. You're an absolute bucket. The NBA draft is coming up, and I've got something awesome for you. We are partnering with the people at NBA 2K Lab. NBA 2K is the best video game on earth. The people at 2K Lab are making some awesome stuff to make that game even more fun, and they just launched their 2024 NBA Draft Simulator, where you can find the official Sleepers Media big board. We ranked our top 75 players in this draft class. Me, Carter, Brian Ralph, Riley Davis. We did it together, and it is featured on the 2K Lab NBA Draft Simulator. You can take control of any team in the draft, play GM with just one click, and see our entire rankings before these videos even come out. Check out the link in the description of this video to try out the draft sim for yourself, and you can find more mini games at nba2klab.com/NBA-mini-games.